Let's go. Welcome back to Crash and Edy. It's December 21st, 2020. You guys knew it was 2020 for sure. I'm Edy, and Crash decided to show on up.
I'm here. I'm not, I couldn't get out of town for the winter solstice. And, it's looking kind of cloudy. I don't know if we're going to see the intersection of Saturn and Jupiter tonight, but should be in the southwest sky.
Should be good. Star of Bethlehem showing up.
Well, 800 years since it showed up.
Unbelievable. Isn't that typical of 2020?
Well, it's actually every 400 years, but it's only visible every 8 because
Really?
otherwise it shows up during the day.
Interesting. All right, we got a huge show today, man. There is so much stuff going on. It's unreal. So, Crash has queued up some unbelievable information as per usual. We do have some tech issues going on as usual, so we're gonna try and get through this, but should be good.
Yeah.
So
you want to start out with XRP and the Flare token? Why don't we do that first? And looks like Flare came out and noted what they're going to be paying out per XRP token. It's 1.0073 Flare, which I'm a little disappointed. I may be higher than that. But apparently everybody must have registered or set their XRP up to claim their Flare tokens.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, it's what is you said it was 1.0073.
That's right.
So,
and it makes me wonder after in hindsight now, just after talking about it, there was all those people saying there's no way I'm staking or I'm putting my XRP up to get the Flare tokens. They were like putting all the scaremongering out, trying to get people not to do it.
Yeah.
And I think they were just trying to drive up the shares that were coming back their way.
Yeah, I thought it would be more like 1.25, 1.5, 1 3/4 per token.
Yeah.
But one thing about that article that we don't have it up to refer to, and we're not going to get it, but it was an article that talked about it, and it hacks me off because people don't get these tokens. They're like, well, it's a promotional giveaway for XRP holders. And what people don't get is these tokens are holding up a network. There is no network, there is no blockchain without crypto. So it's necessary these tokens go out there. It bugs the hell out of me when people are like, yeah, I love blockchain, but I don't like crypto. It's like there is no blockchain without crypto.
Nope.
So, anyways, they had to get these
Flare
out.
token. Yeah, it's filling a gap that XRP has that needs to be filled, and that's why they supported that project and they're helping them, launch the Flare network.
Yeah, and it's why it's a new asset class, people. It's not a share. It's not like holding a share of stock because it's not just an ownership thing. It's a piece of technology. You're actually supporting a network. And that's why, like with DeFi, you're getting interest on it. And there's ways you make money on these things. It's because you're actually doing something useful, and these tokens have use case, the ones that are good, So, but real quick, Crypto Edy came out. This is the first I heard of it, so I just want to run this piece real quick here. Have a quick listen.
Dated December 19th, 2020, the FLR Claim Ratio. And I think it's interesting to look at how it was broken down. Here is the formula. You can see it where we have the Spark claimable. That is the amount of Spark claimable by an address. And then it equals XRP owned in the addresses at snapshot, okay, over the XRP total, which is the total amount of XRP in existence at the snapshot. And at that date, it was 99,990,822,918 minus the XRP Ripple. That's the amount of XRP held by the company Ripple in their related accounts. And that came to 54,172,271,587 minus the XRP NPE. That is XRP that's held by non-participating exchanges at the snapshot. That came to 322,744,698, far less than I actually thought it would be. Then we get the distribution amount. I want to just tell you, though, that I want to read you this one portion here. Due to Ripple's custody of XRP on behalf of a charitable organization, Flare will be permitting them to claim FLR. The amount calculated as held by Ripple Inc. is lower than originally assumed. So, as to maintain that strict minimum of a 1-to-1 distribution ratio, the distribution amount is therefore increased from the previously stipulated 45 billion. Yeah, I'm just double checking my reading here. To 45,827,728,412. The total FLR created remains at 100 billion, with the difference coming from the amount to be received by Flare Foundation.
So yeah, she goes through it in a little bit more depth. Definitely have a listen to that video. She gives great information and super timely. She was out with it like hours after they came out with this. It's amazing. She's actually in Japan, but so have that a listen. Any of the videos that we refer you to, listen to them. They're good. They're important.
Is she from Morgan Stanley?
No, she is over in Japan. I don't know exactly what she does. She's got a day job, but she does these videos, and she's actually over in Japan, which is, as you know, a hot spot for crypto. They actually, have taken to it way before the U.S. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. And then so we were talking about usefulness of these tokens. This is an interesting one that has been, man, it got up into the, this is about Graph token, right?
Yes.
And that sucker, where was that before? I know it's climbed into the top 100 for sure, but I don't know how. Have you followed that one long? Or?
I have, and I've heard a lot of chatter about it, and I just kind of started looking at it and reading this article yesterday, and it's just another example of how crypto can come in and solve problems. I mean, the whole idea of decentralization of blockchains was being disrupted because they couldn't get any data to look at who had the market cap and different things, like getting the data on the users and all kinds of different things.
Right.
So they had to use proprietary indexing servers. It was really expensive and time consuming, and took a lot of engineering and hardware resources. And the graph came in and solved the problem, and it's gonna make all cryptocurrencies safer in regards to decentralization.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
That is an interesting one. The tokenomics are interesting. We'll have to take a closer look at this. It's at 38 already. It's climbing. In market cap, it's climbing up there. I know they don't have a ton of tokens out there. I want to say it was 10 billion. I thought I saw. Yeah.
I mean, the way I look at it right now, it's pumped so much. I'm gonna wait for it to come back. I think it's.
Yeah, it's. I don't. it's interesting how these people, the tokenomics are interesting and they're complicated.
Yeah.
But interesting one, and we'll have to keep an eye on that one. So, and then you had this, the MicroStrategies, Michael Saylor says Bitcoin could save Tesla and Fortune 500 companies billions of dollars. So, and I saw some headlines of MicroStrategy is asking Elon Musk to invest in Bitcoin, and it's like,
Yeah, they're banned back and forth.
yeah, Musk has
And
been into Bitcoin so early. I mean, he was talking about Bitcoin when it was like hundreds of dollars or less. I mean, I'm sure he's got some. I don't know what he's done with Tesla, but he knows about it. And it's interesting how they're positioning this sailor to be a spokesperson for Bitcoin, and it's like,
yeah, it makes me wonder if Elon Musk doesn't have already have a billion, and sailors just trying to call him out on it.
exactly. And guess what? They both win,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
pretty interesting. So boy, the biggest thing that happened this weekend was the regs dropped, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
That is
It's it wasn't real in depth. I mean, primarily they were just asking, requiring KYC for wallets that are interacting with exchanges or platforms that already have KYC. Um,
yeah,
if the transactions are over what, $3,000?
right, right. This is interesting. There's going to be, I mean, people are just combing through this, and I want to play a couple different little excerpts here for you guys. This first one is from Mr. Christoph. Have a listen real quick. This is his initial take on this. It's pretty interesting.
Department of Treasury finally released their regulations, not just for Bitcoin, but for all cryptocurrencies. And I have to say, my caution that I've been exercising, at this point, looking at what they've put out there, my caution makes me look ridiculous. You know why? It's very clear these guys have no idea what they're doing, and they really have no idea how to control this. Looking at what they laid out, looking at how it's a midnight law is what lawyers are calling it, which we're going to get into that here in a second, okay? This is stuff that's frowned upon. But looking at how it is laid out, it is very clear that the cryptocurrency community, the world, the technology has them on their knees. They're grasping at straws. This form of regulation does nothing to prohibit any kind of illicit bad behavior. Their only thing that they could try to do to gain any level of control is to turn this, Bitcoin and all cryptocurrencies, into a financial surveillance system. That's essentially all that is happening with this regulation. We're all under surveillance. That's about it. That's a true story. That's the extent. We're going to dive into a little bit more detail about this, okay? But something I want to pull up, and I want to remind Americans that are watching this right now. We have something called the Bill of Rights. It's the first 10 amendments in our U.S. Constitution. That fourth amendment speaks against unreasonable search and seizure. This regulation that was put out, this FinCEN, if you want to call it that, boils down to a warrantless search. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I spent a lot of my evening last night and this morning consulting lawyers who know how to interpret these things and know what is wrong with it. So I am sharing with you what I have learned from them. But this whole thing right here, it really pisses me off. It's unreasonable. It's an unreasonable search and seizure. That's what this is. This is a violation of our freaking Constitution. Now, I know...
Have a listen to that whole video, people. That one is an interesting one. People are hacked. People are definitely hacked about this. And, Crypto Edy came up with something that was kind of interesting in that... You still with me, Crash?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
All right. We got some tech issues, people, so bear with us. But she came out with something that it's on a different video, but she was saying that it's been discovered. One of the loopholes is the only way that they can tell, even if you give your KYC info, they can't. There's no way to prove that you hold the keys. You would have to literally give them the keys. So it's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous.
Yeah, and there's just like any other problem in technology and cryptocurrency, if they try to do this, people are just gonna use exchanges that are not U.S. based.
Yeah, it's and
decentralized exchanges.
Yeah, it's all in an effort to keep fiat currency from going bye-bye. And guess what?
It's getting decimated.
Yeah, it's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. You are not stopping this techno train. It's not happening. So I don't know. It's fascinating to watch. To watch these guys squirm and put this type of thing together and just throw it out there. And there's no time to react. It's interesting. So the last video I want to show you guys, this is interesting.
Well, it just came out. I just saw a news flash that MicroStrategy just bought another 276 million in
really? So they're basically just turning into a Bitcoin holding house. It's a holding company for Bitcoin. They're flipping their whole model over.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
Wow. So, yeah, it is fascinating. Hey, do you ever listen to the lifeboats, Crash?
No, I'm not familiar with them.
This guy is interesting, okay? He's an anarchist, and I'm not saying I agree with all. He's also a Quaker. But he's doing this breakdown of all the current events, like some of the political stuff too, but he's an original XRP OG. When we get into that, I mean, he's one of the guys that really uncovered it pretty early. But just have a quick listen to this.
There you go. That's what I think about good old Mooch in there. The guy's a globalist, billionaire, maybe not a billionaire, but multimillionaire, 1% swamp creature. And now he's trying to ram through another agenda to lock down the financial system. Of course, in the FinCEN proposal, the IRS has their Trojan horse in there where they're going to require KYC AML for all crypto transactions over $250. Pretty soon, everything's going to be a crypto transaction, even if you're transacting in the dollar, because of the evolution of our payment system. And so if you ever spend over $250, they will have to pass along your KYC AML and your account details and your blockchain wallets. And then the government keeps that, puts it in their database. And because it's a public blockchain, they can see all your fucking transactions. And they will have a total surveillance network if you ever spend more than $250.
So this is a longer video, but it's worth a listen to. This one in particular is worth a listen to. He gets into a lot of different stuff, but the stuff he comes out with it's total surveillance. It's totally not legal. I mean, this is America, and I don't think we have to fight this battle because the little guys don't really matter, but people with a lot of money, they want their privacy.
Yep.
So
yes, they do. Yes, they do, and they'll find a way. They've done it for generations.
Yeah.
It's been going on with the fiat system for generations. It's just it's oversee Swiss bank accounts and trust accounts and all kinds of stuff, and they just don't want anybody else to be able to do it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into some privacy coins with you, Crash. You got a little more experience than me in those, and it's how they're going to do that, and the fact that they haven't outright banned them and stuff like that. They're not,
Yeah.
because people with money want to use them. They're
I
just,
mean, yeah, Monero's been doing phenomenal.
yeah, that's been on fire lately, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, that's an interesting one. I heard Jeffrey's group came out today too, and or over the weekend or something, and said that they're getting into on the retirement side Bitcoin, and that's a big name.
What group?
Jeffrey's group.
Oh, yeah.
Big equity warehouse or whatever. They're huge in the brokerage business. What's that? Uh-oh.
That are going to drive Bitcoin higher. This whole stimulus bill that they passed on last night, I guess. Boy, that's going to flood tons of money into both the stock market and hopefully crypto as well. So stimulus is probably my number one thing short term that's going to be driving the market. There's also several articles talking about migration of up to $3 trillion from bonds into the crypto space.
Yes.
That was $3 trillion.
Yeah, it's
well, they $3 trillion. They expect, I guess these analysts are saying that they think 1.5 trillion will go into gold and 1.5 trillion will go into Bitcoin. Which, if you got 1.5 trillion going into gold, that's 15% of the gold market, right? But if you got $1.5 trillion going into Bitcoin, it's 4.5 times what the current market rate is. Market cap is.
Yeah, and a lot of analysts have looked at how markets move basically. And when you put like a trillion into a market, it doesn't increase the market cap by a trillion. It's multiples of trillions. It's massive. How the markets move, it's because that's not available. It's not there to put into. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not a finite $1 billion that goes in. When you put $1 billion in, then it goes up 10x. It's 10 trillion.
Yeah. So people, the moral of the story is get going, man. There is no time to wait. You can poo-poo it, but there is no time to wait. Anyone that's telling you not to do it or, not to get involved in the crypto space. And that brings us to, this is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. Do your own research.
Yeah, we're just having fun talking about this stuff. But the number 3 item would be corporate treasury purchases, which we've seen just one article after another on that. I just mentioned with MicroStrategy and a whole bunch of others. Fund investments. I mean, I listed. Just off the top of my head, I made a list of 4, 5, 6 different fund companies that announced in the last 2 weeks of millions and billions of dollars being bought into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And that's probably the OTC. It's not even driving the market up yet until the demand, the lack of supply hits. Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful year.
Yep. The very beginning of the Internet of Value, people, and you get this once in several lifetimes. You get something like this that happens with financial markets where you get a new asset class and you get to take it from zero up to trillions, probably hundreds of trillions, really quadrillions of dollars. So, I mean, it's once in a lifetime. Stop waiting and getting scared and I don't want to do it, and
at least start. We have friends who help people get involved. They'll walk you through what you need to do to get started and to learn personal level. And
look at our links below.
You got to be set up and ready to go when it's time to go.
Yep. Look at our links below. And definitely, I mean, this channel is about giving you guys tools and information to succeed, period. Because there's a lot of ways you can get involved. The only mistake is not getting involved, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that brings me to my new hobby. It's kind of a subset, a little hobby that I got going,
Oh, yeah.
Crash. And it's kind of interesting. So,
Knitting?
yeah. Do you ever get like financial professionals reaching out to you and, hey, let me help you with your retirement? Let me, advisors. You get that reached
Yeah,
out.
I do all the time, man.
I mean,
It's,
I'm having a ball these days saying,
yeah,
okay,
I just started asking them about different cryptocurrencies, and they're like, huh?
I know it. They're lost, man. They are lost. I love saying, I'd just be interested. Yeah, I have a question for you. I'd like to know what is the percentage of net worth that you are advising your clients to put into crypto. You could just feel them squirming around. It's fascinating what's going on. But there's only a matter of time. I mean, I talked to them 3-4 years ago, money managers, friends that I have, that they're just like laughing about it. And you can't put anything into that. And I get it. They deal with larger sums of money. You can't take that risk, but
Well, not yet. But as things are developing so quickly that the large fund managers and trust fund managers, they're all looking. They're using grayscale or whatever else they need.
yeah, it's just a matter of how can they do it. Because now these guys don't know anything about it. And they have to get exposure fast for their clients, right? So what are you going to do?
Yep.
You need some kind of a fund, some kind of go to Grayscale, find a way to get them exposure. But I'm telling you, if one of these guys says don't put anything in crypto, or I don't know, or there's silence, run. Because they don't know what they're doing. It's that simple.
Yep.
There's no question that you shouldn't have a percentage of your assets into crypto. And I'm going to pull the trigger at some point, Crash, and put some money in crypto. I mean, you have to. I mean, you have to. I'm talking myself into it.
I don't know.
I don't know. It sounds very risky.
Sounds really risky, man. I mean, I was looking at the numbers; they're just not that impressive. It was like over a 3-year period. I mean, the top 10 cryptocurrencies averaged like 500% a year. It just wasn't that attractive.
It's scary. It's scary. It's too scary. So, but it's being regulated, so we're gonna get to the bottom of that and see what's up. What else do we got, Crash?
Just that one last article: the 5 best investment sectors for 2021,
Yes.
and actually the 2000, the next decade, really. Expecting 100-time gains, and the number one category, ding 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 ding, cryptocurrency. Number two, renewable energy. 3, electric vehicles. Number 4, internet and 5G, the Internet of Things. I want to get back to that. And then number 5 is clean meat. They're talking that with the population growth and the amount of resources that cattle and hogs and other meat-producing products consume, that they're going to have to reduce that, and it's going to be more efficient to genetically or somehow, I don't know, they actually grow meat. I don't know, man. That sounds really strange to me.
Have you ever
Almost
had it?
I haven't. It sounds as scary as cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it's definitely scary. Well, the funny thing is too, it's not cheap. It's actually more expensive than regular meat. That's the weird thing.
Well, it's supposed to be less. It's supposed to be much more economical to produce and supply. I think the infrastructure is just not there yet. That's why it's expensive.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably it. Because what's the big meet? It's a public meet, something meet. I forget the name of it. But
McDonald's meat.
no, it was a big. It's publicly traded. I'm pretty sure. Unstoppable meat or I don't know. It's not that. But it's not. I'm thinking of unstoppable domains. Which we'll have to get into that too, but not today.
Maybe somebody can comment with what the biggest clean meat producer is.
Yes.
But are you familiar with the Internet of Things?
Yes. A little bit. What about it?
What can you enlighten us on that? I'm not real familiar with that. I know I've talked to one of my friends a little bit about it. It's kind of like interconnectivity between from
Yeah, it is. It's connecting basically everything, and they got way ahead of themselves about a decade ago, where it's like, oh, we're making stuff for store shelves to connect to your shopping carts and all this stuff. But it's connecting every stinking device you can think of together, and I think there's a happy medium there. I know the two cryptos that are into it are VeChain is the big one. That's a logistics kind of Internet of Things, and the other one is what is it? Crash? It's IOTA. IOTA is
IOTA.
Internet of Things. That's one of those. Those are kind of competitors, but connecting cars to the internet, anything you can think of. I mean, that's and then
Well,
of course,
I think they're also doing like our Wi-Fi and stuff that we have in our home. It's just being all interconnected, where it just travels from one house to another and doesn't use like public um, cables and stuff like.
yeah, there's well, did you hear about that Amazon thing that came out over the weekend or late last week,
Um,
where
I don't
basically
know. All I know is I laughed, she laughed, and Siri laughed. Alexa laughed.
do you have one of those pods in your house?
I do not.
I don't either, and I'm not gonna. It's well, so basically Amazon came out and people were hacked off because what they were doing is putting those in people's homes and then sharing everyone's data down the street. So everyone's tapping into your Wi-Fi through these
Uh,
devices, and
uh,
it's more Internet of Things. I mean, there's got to be a happy medium found, and
yeah.
I think part of it's going to be, a lot of this governance stuff. It flows right through crypto and blockchain. So that's why there's cryptos that focus on the Internet of Things, and that's a use case, and it's a big one. It's a massive use case. We'll get into VeChain. I know you like that one too. That's a
Yeah, I do. I do like
yeah, that's
chain.
a
Is there any cryptocurrencies that are really kind of into in the top 100 that are into renewable energy? I can't think of.
into renewable energy.
Yeah.
Energy Web is the biggest one.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's boy, it's in the top 5 or something. There's been a lot that have kind of gotten hot from time to time, and I think it's a little bit early for that. But my understanding is Energy Web's the biggest one for renewable energy.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Crash, let's wrap this sucker up. Let's put a bow on this, man.
All right. All right. Well, it's been a really good last couple of months here in the cryptocurrency world, and those of you who own cryptocurrency are going to buy nice, beautiful gifts for your friends and family, and share the wealth. But don't spend too much of it, because it's a beautiful investment. And matter of fact, I might even buy some point
Yeah.
cryptocurrency.
Yep.
That's what it's called, right? Cryptocurrency. Now, is cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, is that the same thing?
I think so.
Because people use it interchangeably. It's hilarious.
These are the types of questions we're going to answer in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Share this as much as possible. We got to grow our network. And hit us with any comments. Don't spam us and give us a bunch of garbage in the comments because we're deleting all that crap for those bots out there that are listening.
Yeah, that's really, really annoying.
Yeah, so Crash, have a good holiday. I will talk to you soon. And stay safe.
Yeah,
Be
sounds
kind,
good.
people.
I'm going to try to do some snowboarding. If I get a chance, do some donuts in a Greyhound bus.
Nice. All right, we're out of here, people. See ya.
All right.
Crash.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Dude, what's up with your internet connection? I mean, you're fading in and out. You got, I mean, what's
You
going
too,
on?
man. I
over
can't hear. I don't know what kind of connection you got going there. It's like